we're recording this whole session today. So just to let everyone know, we want to post it later on. We're going to put it onto YouTube. So anyone want to search for it later can look for it under RIC Consulting. Okay. The idea today, just to give both sets of people some idea. I've just been looking through the customer list on here, and basically we've got people ranging across a lot of industries. So we've got agriculture, equipment sales, rental, financial markets, insurance, telecoms. So it's kind of everything. We've got a great wide range audience today. Okay. So from within the RIC side and all our customers, just to let you know who's on the other end, that we have 3 people attending from Inphinity. The 3 are Martin, who's the CEO of Inphinity, Sean, the VP of Industry Solutions, and Maria, who heads up the product development section. It's great having them involved. They know their stuff. I've seen some of these things. You're in for a great treat watching what they're going to demo now. Please feel free to ask them as many questions as you want, and me as few as possible. But so there's a lot to see. I don't want to waste people's time. I'd rather we got started. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hand over to Martin and Sean. They can take it from here. The dynamic duo can start with the performance from here. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thanks very much for that very warm welcome and the dynamic duo. Not sure what to think of that one, but we shall see. How about you, Martin? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I feel like it's written here. The action is the fundamental key to all success. So that's how I feel.
Yeah, absolutely. So good morning, South Africa. It's an honour and a privilege to be with you guys again, really. The last time we were with you is the Qlik Analytics tour. And Martin, we revealed, didn't we, a new product called Infinity Flow. And that was a special moment for us, wasn't it? About going to South Africa, announcing it, and now it's for real, isn't it? It's here with us today. So what a great moment that was, wasn't it, last time?
Yeah, absolutely. I was totally excited and having the privilege to speak to you and to South Africa. Actually, seeing Flow for the first time among all the world's countries. So, and we've chosen South Africa because of great cooperation we have with RIC Consulting. So thank you very much for the invitation, guys, and thank you very much for being in this with us.
Yeah, and they're lovely folks, and we love working with you. And you know, now it's released, we thought we'd bring it straight back, as you said, Martin, strip it down a bit, showcase what it has to offer, and along the way, I think it's really important that we highlight some of our key differentiators. And this is really about the why it's so important to have that unique kind of cutting edge sort of Qlik native products in your sort of suite of stuff. So we think it's really important to talk about the fourth gen analytics and our offering, about what that means for you as customers. So you know, that's what we're going to do today. So I think first of all, just a bit you know, quick one on us, Martin. So it's 3 of us here today, isn't there?
Yep.
So do you want to just go through and introduce?
Yes, absolutely. Yep. Absolutely, happy to do it. So my name is Martin Kostik. I'm a founder and CEO of Inphinity. There's Maria with us, Maria Shandorova, is leading product development, is mastermind together with further masterminds in mathematics, in programming, developing cool product stack. And we have you, Sean Price, VP for Industry Solutions. I would say a great expert in all the use cases in the world. So that's our trio, and we're happy to share as much information as possible, and also answer any questions that will come. We have, I would say, 3 parts of that webinar. So first part is more about giving you some inputs on what and how and why we're doing what we're doing. Then we have the demo part with a couple of use cases where you can see in practice some inspirations, what you can do. And then we have a Q&A. In the end, we'd like to keep like 10 minutes for Q&A so we can discuss anything.
Great stuff. Should we move on to slide 3, Martin?
Yeah, absolutely. So a short introduction of Inphinity for those who don't know us yet very much. We're a Qlik technology partner and trusted extension developer. We work really closely with Qlik on every level in terms of sales, in terms of marketing, in terms of product development. So we're very much aligned with Qlik. Formally, informally, really working as much as possible to be as seamlessly integrated and to be as much compliant to all the new versions and everything that's coming, the SaaS strategy and so on. We've been in the Qlik ecosystem for more than 10 years, so really a lot of experience here in terms of Qlik solutions and Qlik products, everything around Qlik. And for the last couple of years that we've been developing Inphinity products as, I would say, value-added products for Qlik, we build a global customer base and really a global partner network that we work with. We really love working with enthusiasts, with people who want to move forward, push the boundaries, change something in their lives and in their business. And for those, we are able to bring some compelling technology for you to do the magic.
Yeah, great. It's great stuff, Martin. And if we go on to slide 4, if we move that on, and I think it's just really important that we just talk a little bit around how much of a value about innovation it is, so important to us at Inphinity. So what question I always ask is, why do our customers love what we do? I've been working this through with quite a few of our close customers, and it's really coming out quite clear that the 3rd gen of analytics, it took us so far. It's sort of democratization, but it kind of fell short really of a few vital components. And I think for us, it's about that human element. And we sort of bolted that on with our product suite. It's about bringing sort of the people and technology together, and that's when the magic starts to happen. And we think about creating solutions, don't we, Martin, where we bring people into the analytics, literally allowing people to see, touch, add context. We talk about it a lot, Martin, about context is king here.
Yes, absolutely. And I have a next slide where I would like to briefly introduce the value and the value proposition that we have and the value that we bring to our customers. Would you like to share some comments on our customer base and maybe some use cases, or shall I go to the value added slide?
Yeah, so I just think, if you think about our customer suite, we work across all industries, Martin. And that's exciting. In terms of our product, it's agnostic in a way to, doesn't matter where you work or what you do, and it's all about the outcome. So when people are using our products, certainly from an industry perspective, it's all about generating better outcomes for what they're doing. It's that solution-led, outcome-focused approach. That's part of our values. It fits with us. It fits with our customers that want to work with us. So, for example, in finance, you've got there on the screen waterfall asset management. They start the day and end the day with Qlik and Forms on their screen, powering investment decisions. They have some sort of £7 billion worth of assets that they manage, and it's literally driving real-time decisions and validation. And it's really, really powerful about how they are in real time engaging with the data, the analytics, the insight, but then adding the human element, the context, using forms in particular to help them do that. That's really powerful. Last week, I was talking to Rob O'Neill in the NHS. We were talking about COVID. Now, amazingly important saving lives stuff. It's where they're using test results from COVID test results. They're intercepting that, bringing that in, adding context with forms into that process, and then playing it back into their command center to ensure that the lives are saved through moving people to the right place at the right time in the quickest ability that they have. So again, everything from finance to healthcare, our customers really are getting value out of what we're doing. Also enabling functions, so working a lot with HR, recruitment workflows, building those with our products. and you think about all that compliance around HR. It's all very, very often Excel driven, so it allows us to be able to transform those traditional spreadsheet ways of working, bring in our products and make those workflows very smooth and very fast and save a lot of time. So we've got something. You've got it on your screen there, Martin. We've got something for everyone, I think.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely. I would say our mantra is performance, efficiency, and quality. So we're really focusing on real business value, on addressing those mission critical topics that each of our customers is solving currently. So yes, for that we bring certain technology which we're going to talk about, but definitely please keep in mind that all of that is aimed to help you in influencing some real business KPIs that basically each of us needs to deal with, especially these days, right? So what that actually is, and where we help, I try to outline it here. So on one hand, we help to improve process performance, process efficiency, and process quality, of course, in some cases, by visualizing, measuring, and optimizing processes with Infinity Flow. We're going to talk about it a bit later. What that is actually basically any analysis of resources, resource consumptions, any anomalies in processes, analysis of impact of data on processes and on process KPIs. So getting more value from data in context of processes. This is one huge area that we approach, and where we bring value. Then you can see this ACT. ACT is about bringing you the capability to enter data into Qlik, and not just enter data, but also act over your data with workflows, with triggering notifications, with triggering actions, and also acting over your documents, right? The files, being able to create some approval workflows, and even I would say analyze the content of the documents in unstructured content. We have, for example, a use case in policing where they analyze in police investigation reports, and based on that, they're able to identify which cases are related that otherwise they just wouldn't be able to identify, because the data is just it's just unstructured, so there is no way how to record all this information. So acting upon your data and driving actions based on what data actually you have in the model, and all of that actually leads to either saving or earning money, I would say, because that's where we aim with actions, with improvements, with everything that we're doing, and this earning is there because we can also identify use cases where you can really earn money with those tools. For example, understand customer behavior, plan campaigns in a more focused way. So there are tools that can help you in all these use cases. And what is actually revolutionary here is that we don't bring these tools only to the few people concerned with process optimization or with performance, but basically to everyone, right? So everyone can have access to their KPIs. To everyone can see their position in the process and see how they impact the results with their action, right? So everyone is involved, and it's very important for the overall data literacy, for the involvement of the people, engagement, and changing the culture of the people, so that the organization improves as such. So that's the value. And yeah, Sean, over to you, to the products.
Yeah. So if you move on to the next slide, then Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think what we just very, very quickly outline is the first product is we've got forms. Okay, so if you hadn't noticed, by the way, in the world, it is the year of the Ryback, and as Martin said, it's a big differentiator. Traditional analytics, yes, it allows you that kind of insight, it allows you to see things, but what we provide and bring to your party is that ability to action, engage, collaborate across your organization, and it closes the loop really being able to add content and decisions to your analytics. Yep. So in particular, I think, thinking back to when I was working in industry, I worked in policing for 20 years, being able to add that professional context to what the data was telling me would have been a game changer. Back when I was doing it, it wasn't possible, but it is now. And I think that's the most important thing. It's game changing, being able to do that. And also, I think really, Martin, what people should again highlight is about this Qlik native interface that we have, about how it's in Qlik, isn't it? I think why did you do that, Martin?
Yeah, it's totally important to be Qlik native, and that's why we focus on that, because we want to be as simple for the end user as possible, right? Because every data input is always part of a workflow. So and people usually don't enter data just because they love to enter data, right? They enter data because it's part of a workflow, so they have to enter data. So why not keep making it as simple for them as possible in an environment that they know in Qlik? So it looks like Qlik, it behaves like Qlik. It is basically like entering data into Qlik table. At the same time, we focus on being secure and enterprise ready, so that we are really able to stand even the toughest requirements of security. It's super important for with data input. I cannot emphasize it more. It's about it's not just analytics. It's about accessing data, entering data into data sources, databases. There is a huge potential security risk that needs to be tackled and needs to be taken into consideration. So that the software must be architected in a way that it's secure. And of course, innovation. So we're always thinking ahead. So what's next? What will help? And we're listening to the customers and partners. Based on that, we develop, right? So whatever you tell us, any feedback, that's the most valuable thing you can give us, basically. So yeah, I
know how important that is to you and the company and the people who work there, Martin. So I think, and then. So we've got our right back and forms. Then we've got our new product, so Flow. So this is really moving the game on. And I think when you combine Inphinity Flow and Forms together, this really does provide the game-changing experience that a lot of organisations are looking for. So as Deming said, if you can't describe what you're doing as a process, you don't actually know what you're doing. And first of all, bringing all your data into the Flow environment. Being able to then start to look at your process efficiency, to understand the efficiency of each step of your process, and then you start to think about how do you optimize those processes that you have, So you talked about saving money, creating efficiency and effectiveness. It's all about people, process, systems. The organizations that do it really well have a tight grip of their processes. And understanding the volumetrics and flow through your data, we've really given this to people now in a very simple, easy way. So once you've got kind of the basics in place around your process, the measurement, you can start again identify those opportunities for change. What people are outliers in terms of the process? Where's our bottlenecks, or the long periods of process time that we need to sort of try and sort out or simplify? So this really starts to help people get a grip of their organization and provide much higher levels of organizational assurance, because what this does, it tin opens and lays bare how the organization works from a data perspective. And Forms on top allows you to add the professional context and the improvement opportunities, workflow this, send stuff to colleagues to act on or to think about or to discuss. So again, we're starting to bring a whole workflow management together, and that context, keep saying it, context is king. This allows us to add that to our data environment, transforming traditional processes. So modeling, optimizing process change and governance and overall assurance is just so important. So we've got those, and you said also we've got MOL, which is the unstructured data analysis. Martin, did you want to just say briefly?
Yes, absolutely. Just one sentence to that, because with Forms you can easily, just by clicking, you can enter documents into your Qlik. and design some workflows, approvals, and processes around those documents. So we went a step further. So why not even uploading the content of the document, the metadata of the document, and being able to search over it, or maybe add some more complex analysis on top of it, and it's possible, right? So we can supercharge your data input capabilities with unstructured data connector. So being able not just to enter the documents, upload the documents very, very easily, but also load the content of the document. And then it's super powerful. You have plenty of use cases there, because like in HR, for example, you're receiving various CVs from candidates, and you may have forgotten to mark certain parameters, certain characteristics, and you're searching back if those candidates possess certain skills. So how are you going to do it if you have tens, hundreds of CVs? You need to work with the content of the documents. Right?
Yeah, absolutely, Martin. And what you've outlined there is that Inphinity Performance Bundle. So when you're combining those products together, you're creating something really powerful that you could, and it's your creativity. Again, we've got lots of different industries, people on the call, and when you start putting this together, people will start to think, actually, I can apply it to this, or I could do it to that, and we can help them along with RIC on that process with them as well. So I think probably now, Martin, is probably time to bring on our resident math magician, Maria Sandarova. She's going to take to the floor. So I'm building you up here, Maria, by the way. Going to take to the floor, and we're going to showcase some of our Inphinity products, aren't we, for folks on the call. So Maria, are you ready?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sorry, I had to build you up super big because you are super brilliant. So no pressure, of course, no pressure. But I'm with you all the way on this one as well. I'm with you all the way. For that. Yeah. As you set yourself up and share your screen, so we're going to go through 3 demos today, aren't we, Maria?
Yeah, definitely. There are much more demos, so if you will be interested in any specific use case, feel free to mention that during Q&A session, and we can contact you directly and show you different demo. Or you can try it by yourself, because if you can see my screen right now, please, if someone can say me that I'm sharing.
I can see your screen. I can see your screen.
Great. So what you can see here is our online available demo portal. We call it Infinity Universe, and you can now open it in your browser, demo.myinfinity.com, and go through different ready-made demo applications containing different of our products. So you can find here applications that contains Infinity Forms, Infinity Flow, unstructured data connector that was mentioned, and try this application on your own right here in your browser. But feel free to contact us whenever you want to discuss any specific use case.
Yeah, okay, Maria. So let's go for it and start demoing. So which one are you doing first? You doing the ticket one?
Yeah, I would suggest to start with support ticket process, because that's my favorite one right now, but it's not the only reason.
Why not start with what you enjoy? Why not?
I think that the support ticket process is something that many people can be very familiar with the use case, because it's easy to understand that, yes, when you say that there is something wrong with your software or I don't know, notebook or something, then there is a process behind it, because someone needs to contact you, ask additional questions, and help you solve your issue. And that's exactly what we have here.
So on the screen there, Maria, so it's mapped to process on the left, doesn't it? So you're taking your data in layman's terms, taking the data in, you've allocated in your Qlik development around what the nodes are, what have you, and it showed this on the screen for you, is that right?
Yeah, exactly. And for entering and updating data about process, about specific support ticket, you can use this breadback table, Inphinity Forms. And as was mentioned, we have developed it to be Qlik native, so you don't naturally see that there is something very strange. There is some different extension, and it truly behaves as Qlik and as Qlik user would expect. So if I want to, for example, select a specific ticket, I can select it here, and I can see the process that's related to this specific support ticket. And I can see the path it went through and in which stage it currently is. That's quite powerful, don't you think, Sean?
It's phenomenal. So you're visualizing, understanding your process, and every selection you do, it will then update your process chart on the left there. And then if you've got your metrics, which is measuring the process efficiency, you're then able to start to see the opportunities for improvement, aren't you? So yeah, this is fantastic.
Yeah, in this case, there are a few KPIs and measures because naturally you already have many of them in your Qlik Sense environment. And the one I have chosen to be used for this process optimization point of view is possible penalties, because when we have support tickets, naturally we have with different customers these legal documents, these agreements, that there are some limits when we need to do the first reaction and when the solution has to be done. And in case these limits aren't met, there are penalties. And thanks to Qlik Associative Data Model in the background, combined with information about current stage of the ticket and the full change log, when the ticket was created, when this first reaction has been done, and so on, I can very easily calculate penalties on specific steps of the process. So right here, you can identify at the first side in which steps of the process there's bottlenecks, because you will pay penalties, unfortunately.
Yeah. That's great, and that's so. And I guess you could add in alerting as well, so you could even start to automate some of those. So where processes go out of your control lines, as it were, you can start to automatically alert as well.
Yeah, definitely. As was mentioned, all our products are designed to be Qlik native, not only for the end user, but also for developers. So you can combine them together with Qlik functions and features, different add-ons, and truly pick different pieces of this puzzle to have the solution that's the one you need.
Yeah, that's great. And I guess being to talk about Qlik native again, but we said about the security of it and the scalability. So are we saying also the performance? So because it's in Qlik, the performance is also really good compared to using ones outside of the Qlik environment. Is that right? Yeah,
definitely. And one of the reasons for both performance and security on very high level in our products is that this product can run on your server, can run offline on your server. So there is no need to communicate with different server in the cloud if you don't want. You can have all your data under control, and only your internal network is the way how it communicates with your Qlik in the end.
Yeah, that's great. This sort of things are really important for people that are choosing technology, and the sort of questions I would ask, going back when I was on the other side asking these questions. So looking at what we've got there as well, we talk about differentiators, talk about Qlik native and secure and fast and what have you, but is there a product out there at the moment that's both using the flow element, where you're looking at process optimization and in process intelligence and forms together? Is there anything quite like that out there at the moment?
I'm not sure I get what you want right now from me, but what I want to show is how to add new ticket. Is it the answer?
The answer is, I'll give you the answer on that one. It's probably how I'm saying it, but basically what's unique here is that we've got two technologies, innovative technologies working together. We've got flow and form, so write back and process management working as one. I think that's the powerful bit that I'm seeing there.
Yeah, definitely. And you need only this Qlik Sense environment. You don't need any standalone management console or something like that. Everything can be set up and run inside your Qlik Sense environment.
Yeah. So I can see on the forms thing there, you've got lots of little buttons and drop boxes and things like that. Do you want to talk us through a little bit of that?
As we have already mentioned, Inphinity Forms is this write back extension that can look and behaves exactly like Qlik table, with very important difference, and that you can enter your own data, update your own data right here. So let me, for example, create a new ticket. I can create a new one. I can select a specific customer, right here in your Qlik Sense application, where all the data is, I can say that, okay, the ticket will be webinar with some kind of priority. I can select this number of stars I want to assign to this specific ticket. And once I click OK, I can see my data here. And when I click this button, the data is stored to a data storage automatically. And this button also triggers a reload of the application. So the data is right now loading to a data model in this application. And after the reload, I can select my newly added ticket and see it in the process because it's already part of a data model in a few seconds.
That's so powerful. That's you've created a workflow basically, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely. Based on many feedbacks and questions from our partners and customers. Because definitely workflows is something that can truly bring added value, and having them in an environment where you already have tons of data and KPIs and measures, that's like, why not? I want to have it right now and do it right now.
Yeah, you make it look easy, and you know, I think that's how it's been designed. It's also your skill, Maria, but it's how it's been designed as well, hasn't it? It's been the UI, the user interface, and how you again integrate it with Qlik. It makes it easy for people to do stuff, doesn't it? So I think that's brilliant.
One of the biggest compliments we can receive from end user is that it definitely doesn't look complicated or complex. So it's so easy to be used. Yeah,
and that's exactly what we want, isn't it? Because when things are easy and quick to use, you know, things start to happen quickly, change, and you get good return on your investment as well. Always be looking for, you know, where things spin up quickly, get into the organisation, land in the organisation, and make a difference. So that's really good. And our customers are saying that's really great as well, isn't it? So
yeah, definitely. And also the implementation is not necessary project for months, because as we have already talking about, all this setup and parameters can be done directly in Qlik Sense. So if you are a Qlik developer, if you have Qlik developer or great partner like RIC Consulting, they can very easily implement this product in Qlik environment because the setup is done in the properties panel. So for example, when it comes to this write-back, that's something truly complex, you just need to go to form configuration section in properties panel and add new field. And I can add a new field very quickly. And right now, after a few clicks, there is my new field I can use for entering my data. Naturally, it's needed to be integrated to existing applications in a proper way. So it's not like 2 seconds in real projects, but it's really native and easy to be used also for developers.
Yeah, that's great. So you've got that covered. So talk us through. You talked a little bit about the writing back. So you write back to a database. So there's different things. You can write back to source systems, can't you? You can write back to a number of different areas within the customer's environment. It doesn't go, just make it really clear, it doesn't go outside, does it? It stays within their environment, doesn't it? The write back function. Yeah,
definitely. And there are different possibilities you can use as this data storage for data you enter here. And it can be, for example, XML file for ad hoc use cases and development phase. So there is no need to define any database table or something like that. You can just start after the installation of Inphinity Forms on your server. And naturally, for more complex and comprehensive use cases, like, I don't know, planning, budgeting, or something else, you can use many different databases as a data storage. And it can be SQL database, Oracle, but also databases like Snowflake or Apache Hive and much more.
Yeah. It's pretty flexible to most people's needs really there. So yeah, great. So what have you got for us next then, Maria?
Let me go back here. How about to show this one, company flow, with this deep dive analytics when it comes to process. Do you agree?
Yeah, let's just do it. Just do it.
Okay.
Why not? Here we go. Yeah.
So what we have here on this sheet is another creative way how you can use Infinity Flow, because as you can see, this is Infinity Flow extension, and it's not used for process flow at all. So it can be used also for visualization of hierarchies or any other network charts. Yeah. And in this case, we have here the managerial overview of the company. And thanks to this measure, as a manager, I can very easily identify which departments have some issues. And you, Sean, as a manager, should be focused on to solve.
I've got all those issues. You were saying I've got all those issues.
No, there is some time limit exceeded. And as a manager, you should identify where the problem is, so you can be sure that you will solve it. You will help to solve it and do the action to solve it in the end.
Yeah. So, I mean, firstly, there just org charts. Okay, so absolute pain in the bottom getting org charts to be accurate, up to date and accurate, isn't it? Often reliant on people to do processes of contacting departments and Excel spreadsheets to say, can you check this person's moved or changed or left? So you could almost create a workflow here around keeping your staff lists up to date quite easily, couldn't you? Certainly in organisations where you've got lots of people, lots of movement, lots of change. So that's, I can see you solving a problem with your org charts. As for the understanding particular problems, management issues, team and individual issues, again, you're linking process, which is so people, process, systems, but which is absolutely vital for running an organization efficiently. You're linking this stuff together here, aren't you? So good.
Yeah, and when I select a specific department in this org chart by Infinity Flow, I can see the specific process that's related to this department. So if I select a different department, different process is visualized here. Yeah. So as a manager, you just need this one sheet to see where the issue is and what's the most important KPIs related to this department process.
Brilliant. I'm getting really excited. You got to stop for a second. I'm going to have to take just 2 seconds, because when I see that, thinking about when I was running complex things in organizations, just that the ability to have your process, your performance and the governance to all those metrics that support and your org chart all together on one page. It's just so exciting. Look, literally, look at my hairs, guys. Look, it's flipping exciting. And it makes me really proud to see all this come together in this way. So keep talking. I'm just going to have a calm down for a second. Keep going.
No problem. Feel free to add whatever you are the manager here.
Okay. I'm back. Keep going.
And naturally, thanks to the data model in the backend of the Qlik Sense, all data are connected. So when I do my selections in this org chart or in this process visualization, all data visualizations can be recalculated according to my selection. It depends only on the developer how it's done on this sheet, this overview.
Yeah.
So you as a manager can spend 15 minutes with this one sheet and truly understand where the bottleneck is.
Yeah, and again, it just brings such a new dimension, doesn't it? You haven't got the actually, you have got the forms element in there as well. You've got the comments on the side, haven't you?
Yeah.
You can add comments on the left and the bottom to bit certain things as well, can't you? Add that in. Do you want to show us a bit of that?
Yeah, if you do some selections and, for example, find this specific step you want to be focused on, and this is a visualization where some suspicious data about it is, you can just click on this integrated button in your visualization and share your suspicion with the rest of your team.
Yeah, go for it.
And as you can see, I have captured selections. I have this function on. So once I click save, my comment is stored here in the section for discussion. Everyone else now opening the application can see that there is a comment. Open it and very easily apply selections. So they can see the context that was here in the application. in the very same second as the comment was shared.
Yeah, so good. And am I right in saying you can also email trigger responses and emails to certain things if you want to set that up as well?
Yeah, it can be integrated with this Qlik functionality as well. Yeah, it's not a native function of Inphinity Forms, but as was mentioned, it's just different pieces of puzzles, and you can combine them together. So you can trigger sending an email or SMS.
Yeah, so if you're thinking about an organisation that wants to move really fast, there's a critical incident going on, you can actually have those real-time comments being pinged across with the data-driven approach, of course. You know, we want to work in this beautiful data-driven culture, add in the context with the professional judgment, you know, in near real time. That can be pinging around the different parts of the organisation to see what's changed, what do we need to do differently. So you almost bring in a kind of live time kind of assurance to an organisation, aren't you, in this way?
Yeah, and you will also have this information about who shared the comment. I just want to add that this is my ID right now because we are here on this demo portal. But when you use this inside your Qlik environment, there will be Sandorova price or the name of the user. So
may I also add a comment here, because I'm so excited about this app, especially from the CEO perspective and from the C-level perspective, right? So for a C-level person, it's usually quite hard to navigate within a set of analysis within dashboards. You're just drilling from sheet to sheet and searching where's the right information. You don't know if you can trust it, if you have filtered whatever you should have filtered properly, and so on. You know, all these questions, because you're not typically an analyst and you just don't spend enough time with that, right? But this here is magic for C-levels, right? Because I have the whole organization just on my hand. I click whatever division I want to click, or process whatever I want to see, and I'm sure that these are the results of this team and of this division. And if I want to know like why the results are maybe not as good as we could imagine, is the process there, right? So I can see in which stage of the process there's the bottleneck, or there's some lower performance. It can be applied to so many industries. I can imagine manufacturing, a whole manufacturing process, like the operations. I can imagine financial services, anything.
Yeah, a lot here. So that's great comments, Martin. So Maria. So just thinking of time, actually, guys, so we need to allow some time for questions. Do you just want to very quickly, I don't think we've seen much the attaching of the documentation stuff, so adding things into forms as well. Did you want to just quickly do that, and then I think we'll move to the question period, Martin?
Makes sense for me.
Yeah, does that work, Martin, with you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sort
of keep track of time, and if folks out there want to start popping some questions into the comments, then please do, and we'll field those. Martin can field those to us.
So in the meantime, until some questions arrive in comments, here is another demo application for HR team management. And as you can see, it contains and covers different areas of HR. And naturally, recruitment is something for upload documents. So what is here is another Inphinity Forms write-back extension, where you can select, where you can switch between different fields you want to see, because you need to be focused on what you are doing. And that's also another way how it's integrated together with Qlik native extension, because this is nothing else than variable extension. And let me show you this file upload here. And as you can see, it's nothing else than different field type. So I can change expected salary, and then I can use another field type for uploading my documents. And very simply, I can select specific document from my computer. In this case, it's a photography from one wedding, because I wasn't prepared for this. But I think there's no problem with it. Yeah. Okay. So it's too big.
Just we're doing it. So strategically, we're adding adding all sorts of documents, could be photos, documentations, Word documents, into the Qlik environment, stored in a database somewhere. And that's quite unique, isn't it? So actually adding evidence, I guess, you know, if you, whatever industry you work in, you know, that documentation is evidence. It could be, you know, from a site assessment, it could be from, like you said, a CV from a candidate from HR. So what super powerful ability to do, isn't it? Photographs of people, or you know, it goes on, doesn't it? So how amazing is that? Yeah,
definitely. It's unique in the Qlik environment. Inphinity Forms is the only RIC extension that supports uploading files right now.
Yeah.
So it's definitely something we have.
Amazing.
and with Mole, we're able to understand the content, right? Yeah. So even if it's a picture, right? If it's a whatever claim document or any picture like that, right? We're able to extract the text and use it for analysis, for search. Search is one thing, and then of course any further analysis on top of that.
Yeah, and you can also open the file right from here. So not only you, but your colleagues can come here and open the file. And technically, the file sits now on your server. So no one needs to go to the server, to the remote desktop, and find there some files or upload there some files. You just can use Inphinity Forms RIC extension for uploading this and doing this job for you.
Yeah, and there's just someone on the questions talk about the audit log of changes as well. Martin's answered is on the bottom, isn't it? So
thank you.
And imagine, like, for example, claim approval process or project management, where you upload some project documentation and it needs to be approved or it needs to be somehow assessed and updated with some further information, right? So wherever or whatever audit we created this Audit Genie, the application, right? So in that one you can just upload audit reports and then have these reports reviewed by some certain people, approved by audit managers, and so on. So the limit is just the creativity.
Yeah, and that's you know, we talk, Martin, we talk about 4th gen analytics. You know, technology's there, and you know, we provide a lot of that this element here as we're talking about, but it's the creativity, it's the human bit, and I know we talk about it a lot, how it's so important to get people to connect to technology and their creativity. It's going to be one of the skills for the future that we're really going to need, isn't it? People to be creative, solution-led, to exploit a lot of this sort of stuff. So some really good points there. So we've got any more questions from people. So we've got about 8 minutes left. So if people want to start putting their questions in, we talked about change logs, some questions there. Anything else?
We can also show anything that you're interested in, like in any details. Whatever. By far, we haven't shown everything. That's not possible in such a short time. But that's why we thought like it would be good to have a Q&A in the end, and yeah, and that's our mission here. We're happy to share as much as possible, and you know, help you get as much information as possible from this session. So just feel free to ask whatever, or comment anything, or whatever, any feedback, any thoughts, any questions. Happy to answer.
And also, if anyone's got any great ideas of some wonderful ideas for solutions as well, if you want to share some great things, we could apply it to that. And again, you know, share with the community that we got. It's a good idea as well. Oh, is that another question there, Martin? Yeah, the question is, can you control whether a user can update a field or make it read only?
Yes. Yeah, but both of these approaches are available in the product, so you can manage also the third approach, that the user doesn't have permission to read or update the field, and it's only up to you how these user permissions will be managed, because thanks to the feedback of our big customers, enterprises, we have developed two possibilities how permissions can be managed. First one is by using custom property. So on user level, directly in the QMC, you don't have any other management console still. So in the QMC, you can manage this read-only or editability permissions on user level. But if you have hundreds of users, you can use also the second approach, and that's to use groups of users to managing permissions. So you can also utilize this Active Directory groups if you already have it set in your environment, or any other group of user that's used in the QMC.
Comprehensive answer there, Maria. Thank you.
Yep, and for those who are interested in technical bits and pieces, and there's this slide which I'd like to share here. So this slide summarizes, I would say, the technical elements of the especially forms, but also in relation to flow. So you can see three columns here, so 3 pillars. So we created the tool to be simple for the end user, as simple as possible, and that was our mantra. That's why Qlik Native, and that's the sole purpose. And this means, beside what we've discussed, also the administration here. Of course we can take a look on how this administration goes, but we have the full administration in Qlik via a Qlik app, plus users are managed via Qlik console, so full control to the developer over the whole workflow and over the whole environment. So that's totally critical. Yeah.
That's really good, Martin.
Yeah.
And
just a couple of thoughts here. So the simplicity here, so including integrations with alerting, with notifications and so on, with visual write-back workflows, as you may have seen. The security and enterprise ready and performance part, the second one, is really about having a strong, robust backend where you can really rest assured that there's no data leaks, no threat of losing data, or no threat that any user could save and store any data somewhere where you may not want him or her to store it, right? And all the enterprise ready features like user management, multi-node architecture, and that's why the performance is so good, right? So we're able to fully utilize the environment that you have, right? Active Directory integration. So whatever. All these audit trails. We even have an API. So if you'd like to develop some custom data input objects and would like to leverage our backend, you can do it. We have APIs that you can access. So it's really robust, really well architected. At the same time, very, very simple. Also, we provide kickstart models, that the demo portal, which I have shown and shared, and Maria was showing as well. And these applications are basically most of them available for free. For you to start. So just download it, customize it, or ask your partner, RIC Consulting, to customize it, and then off you go, right?
It's great, and I think the documentation on all this stuff is really thorough as well, is it, Martin? So if folk want to take a look at it, they can as well, can't they? So yeah, true. The documentation is really thorough. And there's every step is pretty well described. Plus, we are very much eager to support you. So that's where we also focus. We're not the technology company that download the product and go, but rather we try to understand and help you on the way. So be with you. And I know that's really important, and we talk about it a lot, Martin. And same with our colleagues, Rick, as well. So is it coming to the end here? So should we bring our colleagues from RIC back in? Are you there?
Yes, thanks very much. We had to mute, because we're also getting a bit excited, and we're just we're trying to at least keep it a bit quieter.
We heard it all. You didn't mute. We heard every single bit.
Oh no, not again.
Oh dear. Maybe you'll be able to edit it out on the recorded.
Thanks very much for your time. It's greatly appreciated. I think you've shown a lot of these things here. What we'd like to offer, what will happen for all the customers who are on board here, if you want to contact and find out more, give us a shout at info@ricconsulting.co.za. Maria will be contacting you all afterwards anyway. But as you heard Maria say, they're happy for you to approach them too and talk to them to see some of the examples. But yeah, there's a lot to see, a lot to do here. So this is a great partnership. It's fantastic having Inphinity join us with this, and I think together we can add a lot of value across a lot of the customer groupings here. So Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you so much. This partnership is really great, and we can feel the energy coming from you guys, and that's what we love. That's really great cooperation, and also maybe some message to our customers that are here on the call. So we're happy to help you anytime, anything, any feedback or any support that you need. Just feel free. I've shared the demo portal. Feel free to request access and try on your own. And of course, as this is our most favorite time of year, the Q4, so we have some nice promos also for you if you decide to buy shortly. So I just had to. Sorry, I'm in sales.
Martin, I thought you said it was free.
It's actually not very much free, but it's also it fits your budget. That's very important. Yeah. So you don't have to be scared about the costs, right? It's more about let's search for the value and let's do something meaningful.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. I agree.
Okay, there we go.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you for time. Thank you everybody for joining us. Remember, if you want, you'll see this on YouTube later on. Just look for RIC Consulting. Thanks, Sean. Thanks, Martin. Thanks, Maria.
Love to see you guys.
Thank you. Have a great time.
Bye.